Someone threw an airplane seatbelt. Like, Reese got a black eye.
It's almost like a form of therapy.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for South UK! Let's go! It really does feel like you've gone from, like, a band to, like, a proper band real fast.
Yeah,
Has it been quite a gear shift for you?
Quite surreal, isn't it? And we just sort of almost haven't had time to adjust to it yet.
Imposter syndrome, man.
What did you kind of like, when you started this band, what did you kind of envisage it, you guys wanting to be? Like, did you have...
Originally, it was like Royal Blood meets Charlie XCX.
That was
the initial brief.
God.
It changed so much since then, yeah.
But like, I think for us, it was almost like, I know, because like, well, going to shows when I was like, more like a teenager and stuff. Like, damn, like, what kind of band do I like want to see like in the space now? Like, what would I want like kids like when I was that age to go to and just have that same like vibe that I had when I was younger? You know what I mean?
Just like the age we are, we just missed all of that. Like we missed Linkin
2000.
Park, Limp Bizkit. We weren't there.
It was a good time.
And and like we like are envious that we weren't there.
Yeah.
Like Woodstock, you know, or something like that, and it's like bringing back that feeling.
Can we talk 2005?
With that one, because that was like the title track of the EP, so it was like we'd sort of got this sound going with the whole like 2000s reference stuff. And it was like, damn, it'd be really sick to have like a track that kind of, without being like too on the nose. I mean, despite the 2005 name, like what would be like a sick way of like wrapping all this sound up and just putting it in one track so people like get it. And we have it as our like intro track at the minute. So it's like when the show starts, it's like, let me take you back to 2005.
Sets the tone
you know?
pretty well.
But, yeah.
Sick. It must be quite fun as well, like having TikTok at your disposal and being able to like create an audience digitally to then almost be able to go out there and just play almost immediately in front of people in a way.
Yeah, like absolutely. I think it's like when you see like stuff like going off on socials or whatever, it's like, damn, is it going to be like the same like vibe like live? Is it going to be that kind of audience? Like, damn, what if the people at the live shows are like completely different? But I don't know, I think we've been like super fortunate to have this like crossover. It's like, people like they get it.
So a lot of your traction has come through like pranking each other when like rehearsing and stuff like that. I mean, you should see our Gonzo rehearsals, like super tight. Run! Run for your life! The building's gonna fly! For people who might not have seen, like, what are the kind of things that you're doing to each other?
I know, I've
Spraying
like,
each other with water guns. Yeah.
Unplugging your guitar.
And like, I know, trying to like throw like 10 plastics in like his mouth.
Yeah.
And you also do the sound effects as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good, because here at Gonzo, we actually have a whole plethora of sound effects that we like to use on the show. And I thought this might be a good chance for us to maybe play you some, get your thoughts, obviously you being the expert of sound effects. Obviously. I have to bring them in first.
Okay.
Bring on the sound effects! Okay, so they're here now. They're with us. You feel them?
I get them.
Are they in the room with us right now?
I can sort of feel the tickle of the farm animals /cow.wav.
That sounds good.
That's one. Does anyone want to volunteer themselves?
I'll go with a cockerel. The suction noise of your lips.
I was like,
I think you'd be quite good at cartoonboing.mp3.
I'd love to.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm ready.
Brayden, your feet didn't even leave the floor.
I feel like you've got a good cartoon laugh.wav. Come on.
I dabble.
Yeah, that's it. That's literally it.
I'm dead.
I'd love to do a farm animals /cow.wav if you'll have me.
I'd love
see it.
it.
Thank you.
Yeah. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
You've done that before?
Yeah, many times. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for South Arcade! Come on! Next up on the brown couch, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the Horrors! Let's go! So tell us about nightlife. Where was the mindset for this new album? What did you want to do?
I don't think we ever really worked like that. We never kind of like think, okay, we're going to do this type of record or we're going to go do this. But it should be a bit more natural than that. Like you sort of get to where you're going through just kind of like finding the places that really feel genuine and connected. And I think we did that with this.
What was interesting for this one, it's been a bit more of a DIY kind of experience. It's 2017 the last album came out and things were a bit on a pause for a while. And there's been some kind of changes within the group as well. So this one was like Faris and I in my bedroom round a computer to start with, but with bass, synths, guitars, all there, hands on, and just kind of taking it back into a basement and just writing quite intimately, and I think that kind of comes through on the record as well.
So you wrote it in your bedroom, Reese?
Yeah.
Did you record it there as well?
No, we started recording in East London, but the majority of it was recorded in Hollywood.
Forgive me, I can't imagine the horrors in sunny California though. How did you feel when Ariel came together?
Yeah, that track in particular is quite a kind of a new sound for us, which is quite interesting. The demo was potentially more in a kind of synth, cold wavy, post-punky synthy world, whatever you want to call it, but that's how we wrote it, that's the instruments we were using. And this one is kind of takes us into slightly new territory.
It was quite a team effort as well, because like, you know, like Amelia's programming on it, she's got her own thing as well, and like the way Eve kind of pulled it, Eve the producer, I think it's just, it shows a lot of what's great about the current version of the band.
When you think back to when you released that debut album, and how many of your counterparts during that amazing heyday for guitar music here in the UK are actually still here and making music?
I think that we've always felt like we are kind of like a little separate, not you know, not better or worse, I'm not really talking about that, but we're just kind of in our own thing. You know, we've got our own stuff that we're interested in. The idea of being, you know, part of like a group or wave of bands, it's just not really something we relate to.
Yes,
you know?
now you're saying that out loud, that you never felt like that. Actually, when I think about really the sound of that record compared to everything else, it was very, very different.
I think the difference was never more obvious than when we supported the Arctic Monkeys and I had so much change thrown at me that I paid for my taxi home with it.
We enjoyed it as well.
We had a great time. No, we loved that. It was one of my favourite shows ever. Like I would do that again tonight. It was
What did you like about it?
The energy, it was just such a intense situation, like such an extreme feat. People were throwing their phones. Someone threw an airplane seatbelt. Like Reese got a black eye.
Why does that play into what the horrors is about, or how does that play into what the horrors is about?
We were kind of confrontational, that was half of our thing, and we knew they didn't like us, so it just made us want to do everything that we were doing in a more extreme manner. Like, they didn't like the way we looked, so we threw it in their face. They didn't like the way we sounded or the way we were moving on stage, so we were just kind of trying to provoke. And
you got to lean into what makes you unique, you know, in the end.
Have a laugh with it as well, really.
That is the thing. Underneath all this, we actually have loads of fun.
Let's get back to the album then, and the track More Than Life.
With More Than Life, it was just such a weird one because the initial demo was written in Canary Wharf, and if you haven't been there for a while, I don't know what it feels. It feels like Singapore or something.
It's so odd, isn't it? That's a really good way to describe it.
It's so its own kind of whatever weird financial district that doesn't feel like London anymore. And I think maybe the disconnection, dissociation is probably a bit of a theme that goes through the record. It's almost like different lines are about different things in a way.
Well, we are so thrilled to have you on today, and thank you for hanging out, guys. We really, really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Faris and Reese from The Horrors, make some noise! Let's go!
Hello, I'm Aziya, and I am a singer-songwriter, producer, and I am calling you from London, East London, my hometown. I write a lot of songs about traumatic experiences. It's almost like a form of therapy. It still kind of blows my mind that I can do this for a living and it pays my rent just about. So the song that you should, if you want to, listen to is my song I'm in Love, brackets, Believe It. It's a song I wrote very quickly on the day. I had the honor really of writing with Amy Allen. It was just a conversation really. I met someone and I was telling her about it and how I was really giddy about it and how I didn't know what this feeling was, but I knew that I could fall in love with this person, and through that conversation we kind of pressed record, and now my boyfriend likes hearing that song. My now boyfriend loves hearing it live.